When a relationship ends and we weren't the one to choose it, that can leave us in a world of hurt, especially if that breakup takes us by surprise. There's something really viscerally painful about someone choosing not to be with you. Usually what we think that says is we're not good enough, we're not worthy enough. And no matter your ex's reasons for the breakup, it leaves you questioning yourself. It leaves you questioning quite a lot. It leaves you asking yourself, why am I not good enough? Did they ever love me? Am I worthy of love? Was our whole relationship a lie? Did they meet someone else? What could I have done differently or said differently to save it? And these questions create an open loop in our minds that just swirl over and over and around and leave us really unclear and both confused and heartbroken at the same time, which is a really, really painful combination. What that does is it leaves us feeling stuck, leaves us feeling like we can't move on properly until we get those answers that we feel like we need. And it's a really sad place to be because, again, you're questioning yourself and maybe you start to withdraw and hide pieces of yourself, wonder what you can change. You don't know how to approach new situations and new relationships. Maybe you try to hide pieces of yourself that you feel like your ex didn't like. And you can become a shell of yourself really easily. And it's really defeating. It feels like you can't trust people. It feels like you're not worthy. Let me tell you a story about the night that my wife left me. And I knew that she was unhappy in herself for a while, but it did take me by surprise. And what she told me that night was, I'm unhappy in myself and I don't feel like I can be myself. She also told me, I don't know what I want, but it's not this. And in the same breath, she told me that it was nothing that I had done or nothing that I hadn't done that contributed to her decision. And for a while, that left me really confused because I didn't know what to do with that. Those words, it was nothing that I had or hadn't done. It was really hard to wrap my head around, and I didn't know what lesson I needed to learn there. And it would have been almost easier if I had cheated on her or deceived her or lied to her or treated her badly, and those were her reasons, because clearly there's a lesson to learn there and something to change about myself. But when you can't give someone an answer about you, it really left me questioning so much. It left me questioning again, am I worthy of love? What is it about me that isn't enough for this person? If I just said that one thing or did this one thing differently, it left me wondering if our whole marriage was a lie. It left me wondering, if she ever saw it in the same way. It left me thinking about our wedding vows and how, we promised to be together forever. And did she believe that at the time? All of these questions just ran around. And for a while, I felt like I needed closure. I needed those questions answered. And then I started to accept her decision. And I started to realize that you can't change people. You can't control people. You can't force people to love you as much as you might love them. And then I started to realize that actually I didn't need her closure to move on. Because whatever answer she gave wouldn't have changed anything. She made the decision, and to be honest, if you're in this position and you feel like you need closure, those answers that person gives you might not even be the truth. And depending on what kind of position they're in, maybe they're manipulated by emotion. You know, both people hurt in breakups, and you know, hurt people say hurtful things. And that day that she left, knowing that she was struggling, was really hurtful to me, because I had offered to pay for her to go to therapy. I'd offered to pay for us to go to couples counselling. I was always in our relationship willing to have those deep, difficult conversations in an effort to progress our relationship and become closer. And you know, as a husband, I really wanted to be that person to lift her up and support her in whatever way that she needed. And you know, her telling me that was painful, because she didn't want to accept my help. And that is actually all the closure that I needed, because I wouldn't want to be with someone who didn't want that in a partner. I wouldn't want to be with someone that didn't want to be with me. I wouldn't want to be with someone that stayed with me begrudgingly, with disdain, and slowly grew resentful for me. I want to be with a person that chooses me every day, that we choose each other every day. I want to be with a person that sees the relationship in the way that I do. I want to be with the person that shares my values, and that person's out there. And the sooner you create your own closure by acceptance, the sooner you can go out and find these people that are there, ready and willing to meet you where you are and respect you and love you for you. Above all, your self-worth should not be dictated by this person's opinion of you, because the day they left was the day that they stopped having any say in your life and your healing. And your ex is the last person that should play any role in your healing journey. They have zero say over how fast you heal, how slow you heal. If you decide to see someone, if you decide to not see someone, if you decide to go to a therapist, or if you don't decide to go to a therapist, they have zero say in your future, because they didn't want that future with you. It's your future. Take hold of it. And it's painful, yeah, it's painful. You've got to sit in it. You've got to sit in it and feel it, and don't rush over it. But just know that you don't need those questions answered by this person. And yeah, some of those questions are healthy to ask. You should be asking, what could I have done better? Is there anything that I did in that relationship that contributed towards its end? And if you don't ask those questions, then you're a fool. But if you're watching this video, you're probably an introspective kind of person. You're probably a kind of person that wants to grow and develop emotionally and mentally. And asking those questions is healthy. Asking questions like, am I worthy of love, is not healthy. That's not going to get you anywhere. And those questions have zero room in your mind. They should take up zero emotional or mental space, because they have no room in your growth. And that growth, that healing starts when you accept reality. This person didn't see a future with you. That's all the closure that you need. And once you accept that, then you can start moving forward. Because, by the way, this person wasn't the only person that could ever possibly love you. This person was not the only person that could ever possibly find you attractive. And even better than that, there are way more people out there that are far better suited to you. People that deserve the kind of love that you're willing to give. People that deserve the kind of effort that you're willing to give. And they will see that, and they will accept it, and they will match it. And these people are the people that won't leave you questioning these things, that aren't going to leave you blindsided, that will, yes, they will challenge you to grow as a person, but they will work with you through that. Work with you on building a relationship that is loving and stable and safe and secure. And if you take anything away from this video, just please take away the notion that No one has any say in your healing process other than you, okay? You don't need these questions answered. And any questions that you do need answered, you can answer them yourself with introspection and compassion and a growth mindset. So start healing today because you deserve it.